speaking of, if you're trying to move from one client to another, there's an interesting announcement made by the Linux Foundation recently around kind of what they're calling the open platform for enterprise AI. They are
Yeah,
bringing, yeah, a bunch of companies
go ahead.
together
Sorry.
to just try to figure out how do we make AI standards that are applicable across different companies.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to spend a ton of time. It's worth knowing, I think, mostly because Linux Foundation does have a good track record in building these sort of consortiums. It is notable that most of the major players are not included. And so it's, I think we are still very early days, but that was the case in a lot of these sort of projects that they have. So I think this is a good sign. I think these need for interoperability is going to be critical. All these things that we've been talking about. So there's not a whole lot here. This is sort of an announcement, and it's like a statement of intent. And I think that's great. We'll have to see what they actually do, and if it gets some legs.
Yeah, what I found interesting about it was the number of, let's call it them, venerable technology companies that are there, whether it's Intel, Red Hat, SAS, VMware, some definite IT workhorses that have committed to being a part of this, which I think is good from a modernization perspective. But the question is whether there's enough new companies that are actually doing the cutting edge AI work needed to make this a real standard going forward.
Yeah. A lot of that was, a lot of the folks that have signed on, they have nothing but upside here.
Mhm.
There's no downside. Whereas the people that feel they have first mover advantage, and they're a little bit more reticent. But again, I think we see that all the time. That's a common situation with emerging technologies. But I'm just excited to see any movement towards some form of standardization around interoperability, around portability. These are going to be major issues for organizations as we get out of the curiosity stage where we're just using it to summarize a meeting, and actually starting to really embed this much more deeply into the organization. So I think it's a good thing. But